We're running out of time, folks. We are almost done. Now, I'm going to dig into the weekly candles, the monthly candles here, give you a bigger time view for XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin in this video. There's a lot to unpack and what you need to know for the month of September. This could be a crazy month, but a good chance to set up for some hopefully good gains moving forwards. But before we get into all that, we're down to just a few days left. And what am I talking about? For those who have not done it, you're not in the membership, you haven't tried the Discord, this is your chance. We have code LEARN right now, as you can see here, first link down below. Once you click that, you'll have a chance to get into the earner tier. We had a great day yesterday, 4-0 in the live stream teaching where I do some trades in there. 82% win rate so far for the overall days, all on in the Discord. We're verified, all that good stuff. So we're having a really good run. But we have 36 learning lessons in there, thousands of members, expert traders helping people, so much more. And so if you ever wanted to be a part of a community for literally 80 something cents a day for your first month, code LEARN gets you in there. And second, for those who'd like to do a little self-learning, my webinar is live, ready to rock and roll. I teach for an hour here. This is all you got to do is pick your time, get in there and do your thing. Second link down below. And I do have my live session coming up on Sunday. So if you guys haven't done that, Code Money, that is the third link down below where I'm doing live teaching. It's the third time I've done that in 5 years. So this will be a lot of fun. Yeah, so now let's go ahead and dig into what I wanted to talk about in this one. So we've talked a lot over the last few weeks slash months doing the daily candle. It's my main thing. I base a lot of my trading on the daily candles. Some of you out there, you talk about the hour candle, the 5-minute candle. What's the difference between the 1-minute candle and the bigger candles and all this and the other thing? And remember, I like to hold some of these trades long term. We're talking months, maybe even years. But if the lower the time frame, more likely you're going to see changes. And those changes, it's up to each person how they actively trade them. You can do the 4-hour candles, or you can do the daily candle. I like the daily candles personally. Some people out there will base their trades on the weekly candles. In other words, they won't get out like I did up here until they see the weekly candles change direction. So this is, let's start with XRP. I want to do XRP first, then we'll move into the other ones. So on the daily candle, and I've shown this, over the last few videos, you guys know, I got out up here at 360 something, 330 something, and now we're all the way back down to roughly what, 284. And for those who are wondering how's it going, you can see on a daily candle we are a little bit bearish. But when you go to the week, all right, it's a whole different ball game. And what do you mean by that, Mo? Well, when you go to the week chart right here, you can see a double cross up here. Now, I refer to a double cross as when we see a Bollinger Band broken twice. And so we had back-to-back weeks of breaking this Bollinger Band. Normally, when I see this, we will go down and retest the 13 to the 50 zone. And depending, that can be the buy zone, all right? Sometimes we'll go all the way down to the 50 EMA. Sometimes it'll just hit the 13 EMA, and that's where it stops. And I've seen this pattern a billion times. I'm exaggerating, but I've seen it a lot. Interesting enough, and so much so, and let me try to fix this real quick while we're sitting here, because that's going to bother me all day, the more it does that. But here we go. The more I see this, the more it interests me. You were seeing the 13 EMA tested last week. We are now on the new week. And so if this can hold, because you could say, well, we tested here in the 5, it held, and then it didn't. So now we're at the 13. It held, and the million-dollar question is it going to hold on the weekly candles? On the weekly candles, a few other things I want to bring up to you. If we do a fib retracement off the latest run, all right, let's go all the way up here. Where's the line in the sand, Mo? Well, it's right here at 258. That's the 61.8, but this is the 50 to 61.8 between these two, the white line and the yellow line. We are now below there. We are in the zone. And when I look at an asset, if I see a major pop and it's just reducing that stress from that major pop, between 50 and 61.8 is my buy zone. So right now we are seeing that buy zone absolutely getting tested. The best price, I'll be blunt, it is 258 for me. If I get a chance to buy at 258, I love that price. I expect to see buyers step in big time at 258. So I might want to buy at 259 and 260 before we hit that, because I'm figuring the algos are all going to be buying on that. When it comes to the weekly candles, we have a 56 RSI. That is fantastically bullish. It's good. It's not overbought. It's not over, it's not too hot, not too cold. It's perfect, man. And so that's how I'm watching this. So when it comes to weekly candles, this is interesting. If we can hold this week and start pushing back up, we might be on to something. And so I am definitely piquing my own interest here at the 13 EMA. I will say this. If by the end of this week, which I'm kind of in the boat that it's more likely than not, remember, I am long here. I'm just telling you what I see. If we confirm lower than we did last week, in other words, we closed below 277 this week, that, my friends, to me, is a sure sign we are going down to the 258. If we hold this week and can push green, and then we can confirm above the 5 EMA, I think we're off and running to possibly new highs. But that means finishing up above the 292 and then confirming the next week above that. If I had to say it, I'd say push us back above 3 on that confirmation candle, and I think we could have a chance to start running. But that's what it would take for me when it comes to these candles. Now, I am going to go ahead and dig into some Ethereum weekly candles, because this has been incredible. Like, Ethereum's just holding up like a champ. So I had this stock mode UFO up here, you guys remember? So we ran up, and you can see we topped out here, tested it here, failed. Now we're coming down to the 5. On the weekly candle, we're still strong. Very, very strong. RSI at 65, not too bad. A little hot, but not too bad. The 5's acting as support, which is holding up well. And until we lose the 5, this is still a bullish chart. So not too bad with the weeklies on when it comes to Ethereum. It's insane how strong Ethereum has done so far over all these weeks. Now, if we lose the 5, we will go to the 13. So the 5 EMA right now is roughly $4,292. If we finish below $4,292 this week, and we have a confirmation candle the week after, so this week and next week, which could be the 2 weakest weeks of September, this gets ugly quick. And that's one of the things I'm watching for. If we bounce off of the 5 and we start to move back up, that's what I need to see. I want to see us get back up to 4,500. Once we start clearing 4,480, I feel like we're going to be moving up to new higher highs, and I'll be buying bigger. But I have a lot of different things I'm watching when it comes to the weekly candles. And there you go. So I also wanted to give you a Bitcoin weekly candle update. Look at this. Look how interesting this resistance, boom, support. So now you got support where, Mo? 108. 108 something, man. So 108, few $100. We're support right there. And you're seeing that bounce up to the 13 now. And look at the 5 coming down though. So there's so many things going on right now, and that 5 EMA is coming down for the 13 EMA on the weekly candle. Next week's going to be big. If this candle can stay green this week, that's fantastic. If this candle turns red this week, it's going to get ugly moving forward. I am patient. I will say this, more times than not, I do expect it to go a little lower. But the bulls are stepping in right now, which I love seeing, and giving the price a chance to run a little bit. So the price, 108,447, nice support. Right now, the price I'm watching is 111,251. That's where we're at. 111,263 is the 13 EMA, and we're right on the 13 EMA. If we get a nasty finish to this week, just say, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today, Thursday, Friday. If we drop down, the line in the sand for me, for all this drama, the support for all these weeks that we have here, it's 108.5. That is a massive, massive line to hold. If we fail there, I am going to call it now. We are going down to the 50 EMA. And that 50 EMA is at 95.8, folks. A huge drop down if we fail at 1085. That's how big that is to me. And I really do believe we'd go down there. Now, do I think the odds are? I don't have that for you. I would say it's more likely than not we are going to fail at 1085, but I also would not be surprised with all this corporate money moving in that we start taking out the 13 and 5 and we can confirm above the 5 EMA. I'm running back in because I'm trading this thing. I'm not looking for, hey, I'm buying, I'm never selling again. That's not me. I'm actively trading. So I wanted to give an update today on the weekly candles, which I just did for Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin. It's interesting. They're still bullish in their way, but the daily candle is definitely telling us to beware. So we're going to put it all together and see if we can make a lot of money off of this. First link down below, get into the membership with thousands and thousands of members. You have a chance to join. Code LEARN for a couple more days here to get in here. Will save you 50% off that first month. It should be automatic when you go, but get in there today. Second link down below right here. Get you over to the webinar that's on the house. You guys can pick the time you'd like and get in there. And the third link down below is over to my live session this weekend. So Code Money will save you a couple of bucks off of this. You guys can get in there, sign up for mine, Dr. Stocks, Crypto Wills, or all three. Your call. All right, folks. I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord.